So this is purely the aesthetics of the vehicle. As you can see from all of the angles of it, it looks pretty nice at night. We're the intercoastal. And compared to the other sedans of the same class, it actually has a slightly bigger body, as you can see from that. With the eco-mode built into it, it actually is going to be able to gain a little bit more traction from the rear wheel tires. It's a two-wheel drive vehicle, and it is actually very poised in its essence. It's a very beautiful vehicle in that regard. Inside, we're greeted with a plethora of buttons. As you can see from the side, you can control all of the mounts for the windows, the mirrors, left and right, fully adjustable. There's the light gauge. It focuses. There we go. For the auto power high beams and the low beams. This is the toggle to adjust the brightness of said lights. For all of the headlight manual controls right there. The rev gauge, so you can see how many revolutions per minute you're doing. Pretty normal, standard stuff right there. Speedometer goes up to 160, but an actual top speed, most cars have a limiter of 112 miles per hour. Yes, I tested it out. So, as you can see right there, you can actually see the speedometer. You can navigation, timer, average speed, miles per gallon. As you can see right there, 25 for me, which is pretty typical for this car. Fuel range about 434. I just filled up. I got full tank, as you can see, and pretty much everything about the control panel is pretty much customized to the steering wheel. So you can see right here, you can have your cruise control and your fuel saver right there. It actually does a little toggle right there if you turn it on. For your call speaker, your adjustable volume. This is to scan through the source or change the radio station, and obviously the volume up. Getting more into the dash, you can see you can have your channel select, your pre-select favorites. It's got the weather, the time, things like that. Typical volume controls, source. Home button is new. It actually brings you back to the home, and then you can configure pretty much everything about the infotainment center straight from the control panel right there. Climate controls are pretty typical in these type of cars. You get your AC, head and footrests for the temperature. Defogger, you got a couple of the few toggles at the bottom, along with the cigarette lighter. It's a manual shift system going on here. So as you can see, you got all the four typical modes, and when you get a manual, you adjust it by the plus and the minus. So they go up gear, down gear. Instead of like paddle shifts or something like that with the more premium, more supercars. And the interior is pretty spacious, as you can see. You know, you got a lot of room back there. This looks super roomy, right? Like from all angles, like pretty much you're pretty safe back there. You got a lot of leg room, so if you got tall people, and then for shorter people, you got also room right there. So pretty much the whole interior is catered around the experience of, you know, having that comfortable ride, which is pretty much what it's tailored toward. So filling up the Chevy Malibu 2016, you actually have a pretty nice time at the pump. Half a tank costs you about 13 bucks. Gas price right now is $1.91, so that equates to about $25 a tank, which is pretty affordable. And with this low profile, the Chevy Malibu racks in at about 27 miles per gallon combined, highway and city. So overall, it's a pretty, not only aesthetic vehicle, but it's also really good at the, you don't have to fill up too much. Holding on, baby, you should go and love yourself. So as you can see, it actually starts to put fuel back into the car seamlessly if you are just coasting at a specific miles an hour, like 60. And it's pretty smooth of a vehicle, as you can see, like no hesitation, no stability. Optic image stabilization is actually off, so the ride is really this smooth, and it's just just really an enjoyable experience, just coasting along. This is very much a coast type of vehicle. You're not going to be accelerating past crazy top speeds. You're not going to be getting up to these speeds invariably, but you know, driving this is more of a comfort vehicle, a family sedan, where you're gonna have that feel of being, you know, just one with the road. And that's kind of one of the most important things of driving, you know. And it really excels around these speeds right here, which is like the 28, 27 or so, because it's essentially in its kind of like hibernation type state, where the lower the speed, it actually starts to pull you back in. And if it goes down to 0, you can see right there, it says auto stop. But essentially it's exactly what I just said. It's like more of a sleep mode, and it'll actually put the car to sleep temporarily so that it can actually save gas. It won't use any gas, it won't use anything. So let me just let it go to sleep. Boom. And as you can see, the engine turns off. It gets really quiet, and it actually turns back on when it starts back up. So it's really efficient at saving gas where you really need it. As you can see, a beautiful view of South Beach. I'm actually going there right now, and yeah, like, this is an awesome vehicle for pretty much any short commute, cruising, for long commutes, just about driving in general. This is a drive machine in its essence. I mean, look at the smoothness of the road here. So it's perfect because, as you can see, the whole experience within the car is seamless. Look, I can move the camera that much and nothing happened, because it's that smooth. So when you're riding in this car, you've got the stock tires on it, and you're just, you know, everyday cruising on the road, you're gonna feel like you're just on a bed of pillows. Like, literally, it's that smooth. People have literally fallen asleep, you know what I mean? Like, just driving. It's super duper quiet. You can't hear anything right now. So you can hear just how, you can feel just how easy it would be to potentially fall asleep. So as you can see, we are on the 4400 block, and the Fontainebleau is right there, Eden Rock's right there. And this car does a phenomenal job with its fuel economy when you're driving slow. So as you can see, fuel's still on super duper F. And there's a pine cone in the middle of the street, don't ask how. But so it actually kind of benefits from, as I told you before, from driving slow. And streets like this, like if you're on a street where the traffic genuinely stays about 30 or less miles per hour, you're gonna actually be able to get so much more gas mileage out of your car. And then you can get things like 28, 29 mpg, which is obviously phenomenal for a typical car. Unless you're driving a Civic or an Accord or things like that, which my next review may be on something that is more compact size and economic for the everyday consumer. But this, oh my goodness, miles per gallon is actually pretty good for this car. All right, see ya.